Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I'm here today with Anna, and we are Conscious Epigenetics. And today we're talking about the body. Anna, it's an exciting topic when we talk about the body because it's integral to everything about performance psychology, well-being, and success. Would you like to say why you think it is so important?
There's so many conversations I've had with people, and that you and I actually have had together, where people are like, yeah, the body is not that important. And I cannot tell you how annoyed I get when somebody says that and how hurt. To me, from my life, I've seen that if your body does not function, you cannot really live the life that you want. I've seen people's bodies deteriorate and pass away at very young ages. And it's very hard to be happy, to be joyful, to have a feeling of moving towards an exciting future when your body is sick and not well. So as a young kid, when I was 7, my little sister was 11 months old and had cancer. So that's a very young start to realizing that your body can be the reason why something ends. And then much of that has continued with different stories, but that's always made me very aware that without a physical body that functions, you just simply cannot perform. It's not important anymore either, because you just got to get by. Your well-being is always grounded in the body. Your performance is done by a body. Your success is created by a body. And so to me, everything starts with the body. Now, that's also how I am, and that's also how I've lived, because I know people have different ways. And I've watched that, and some of that I've understood. But as a kid, I'd find it hard to understand. And I've always really lived in my body. And for me, it starts with the body because it never lies. You always have it with you. It's very clear, and it's like this compass that shows you true north every single time. And I think when you're trying to perform optimally, when you're trying to create well-being, like, there is a really important voice that needs to be heard and understood how to listen to that voice. So you understand how to read the information your body gives you, to be able to do all those things: success, performance, well-being, joy, happiness. Like, they're all, to me, grounded in the body, which is why my entire life and all my work I've done has always been grounded there.
So the good news is this is all basically science as well. So we know anybody who does any work in trauma, anybody that's into huge books like The Body Keeps the Score, that from an energetic perspective, when we don't complete the emotional cycle, the energy is stored in our body somewhere as an unfulfilled cycle, really. We can call it trauma for ease, but when we
if nothing else, a story that's stuck, like a story and energy that's stuck, like you say, is something that's not being walked to the end and cleared up.
And in the teaching that we do, we often talk about stuffing down emotions. We talk about having an emotional feeling in the body, and rather than bringing it into fruition or recognition in the mind, we just suppress it with various things. And that's what often causes physical pain in the body, which is where it comes on to us talking about the program you're about to run live in your hometown, or the town that you're in at the moment, Anna, and also about the online program. Tell us more about what's about to happen.
Oh, I am going to do that. I wanted to ask you a question too. Can you tell us a little bit more about the ways in which we stuff these emotions down and we try and stop to feel things? Is that, because that's quite a story for you.
It's just science, really. So when we have a thought, feeling, or emotion in our body, an electrical charge is generated, and that signal is then creates a brainwave, which then generates words, actions, or behaviors. When we don't actually allow that cycle to go through fully, we just suppress those energetic signals. We store the energy, and we can suppress those either by just ignoring them or blocking them, or we can use substances, and in my case, a big fan of drinking copious amounts of alcohol, to just numb those feelings. So thoughts, feelings, and emotions are coming. The root of addiction really is about suppressing those thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And what we're seeing now in young people is that because they're using their screens, their phones are available to them 24/7, that they're getting those emotional triggers, thoughts, feelings, and emotions in the body. And instead of completing the cycle, they're reaching for their phone. So they're basically just short-circuiting or suppressing what's happening. And then those cycles are not completed, which is a very dangerous place to be emotionally at the moment.
I watch a lot of kids hide they hide in there, like there's so much input stimulation, there's, they're tired. And I watch these kids because I work with kids and their parents, and then I watch these kids just go off and hide. Instead of going a line on your bed or sitting on the corner of the sofa, just sitting, staring, blowing bubbles, they're now hiding in their phone, which means they lose the connection with their body when they do that, which is something I'm very worried about in the future, because if you haven't learned how to feel your body, I see that every day with the clients I work with and we work with, of what the impact is if you don't know how to feel your body and you don't know how to read the information your body gives you. And so if you have even less experience in doing that than some of the clients I've lived with or I work with, then they're in for a bad ride. But I am going to talk to you about what is happening right here. I have a local practice where I work with people's bodies. And the funny thing is that what we keep finding out is that if I say I'm an injury specialist, people will tell me everything that's going on in their body. If I say I'm a performance psychologist or I'm a psychologist or anything to do with consciousness or mindfulness or not functioning so well, nobody's really willing to offer that up in public to share what's going on. And so really, if you want to help people, which we are in the business of transforming lives, you've got to be very clever to learn where to start unraveling things. Where is the start of the journey? What are people okay with to start with? What's easy enough for them? And what we keep finding out is that the body is a very safe place to start. It's a very safe place for me, but also for everybody that we work with. So what we're doing here is one of our pillars is called Tensegrity, which is a myofascial release method that's linked in with deepening your consciousness and a form of the mind-body connection, improving them through a practice. So it's a mind-body practice, and it's called Tensegrity. That is where we work with people physically, and we teach them how to work on their body and how to listen to their body and how to be in their body. And so it's this beautiful practice where a lot of the problems nowadays are created in the mind, and people find it hard to get out of the mind. And I learned as a young kid from my dad that wherever the problem starts, you need to fix it in another level. So anything that's not functioning in the mind, you go into the body and you work there. And then some things in the mind will change automatically. So it's a nice way to go in. So that is what we're doing here. People are coming to taster sessions and doing group sessions where I lead them through the things that we do, like you also lead them through with software breath. I lead them through the body and into the body with this physical work where they connect and they make friends. And these sessions are brilliant because you're working on your body and you find places that are really painful. So people are making funny noises and people are rolling around on the floor and laughing, and it becomes a very joyful practice because you do it together, and very beneficial for the body. But also very beneficial for the mind, because every bit that gets worked on makes people say they feel more centered, they feel more, that space they've worked on feels more alive, more grounded. So if your body feels like that, that can only have a positive impact for your mind. And when we do the physical work like that, we actually also increase people's performance quite a lot, actually, because people don't know how much tension they hold in their body, and we get that out. So we work in the fascia, we work on the muscle and the harmful tension in the muscle, we work on the lymphatic system, on the circulation system, on the endocrine system, which is everything to do with hormones, and we work with people's performance and well-being, all going in through the body.
Amazing. So just to round up the video call now, Anna, there are 3 ways that people can get involved in Tensegrity. They can come to a taster session with you where you are. they can come and see you for one-to-one work, or they can join the 4-week in-person program, which is face-to-face. There's 4 ways, or they can actually download the online training. So links to those will be down below, I assume.
Yes.
And we look forward to welcoming everybody into their bodies to improve their performance, to improve their mind through their body, and also improve their energy, because when we're holding tension in our bodies, we're actually holding energy, which is really unhelpful for our systems and very exhausting. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, even so, people, even if they don't have injuries, I tell them to come along, because it's not just about injury recovery. It's also about increasing mobility, and it's increasing performance. So if you care a lot about your sport, there's a lot of surfing and yoga around here. If you care a lot about that, then you should come for a taster session, because it will improve those. The beauty is that we are doing one thing we call Tensegrity, but it touches on so many different subjects. So just come as you are, whether you have injuries or not. Yeah, all the subjects and the concepts that we've spoken about will be touched and worked on. So yeah, sign up for a taster session and come and join in with the group sessions if you want to follow a program, or come and work with me one-on-one. All of them are useful.
Amazing. So until next time.
Until next time, see you in the body.
See you.